All right, let's talk about something that's a real game changer for anyone building with AI. It's called prompt chaining. Now, it sounds kind of simple, but trust me, the results you can get are, well, they're huge. To get what I mean, let's kick things off with a problem that I bet sounds very familiar.
You know the feeling, right? You spend all this time crafting the perfect, super detailed prompt. You ask the AI to do like 3 or 4 things in one go, and it just flops. It completely falls apart. Maybe it does the first thing okay, but then it just forgets the other parts. Or worse, it just starts making stuff up. It's so frustrating, and it really shows a basic limitation we have to figure out how to get around.
So, what's actually going on here? Why does this happen? Well, think about it like this. It's like you run up to a coworker and in one breath you're like, "Hey, run to the store, get these 5 very specific things. Oh, and on your way back, drop off the dry cleaning and also call that client." I mean, come on. They're going to forget something for sure. That's exactly what we're doing to the AI. We're just piling on way too much cognitive load, asking it to juggle too many things at once. Okay, so here's what that looks like in practice. On one side, you've got that classic overloaded prompt, just one big jumbled request. But look at the other side, the focus chain. It's totally different. We've actually broken the problem down into a logical sequence. Step 1, summarize. Step 2, find the trends. Step 3, draft the email. See? The AI has a much, much better chance of getting it right because every single step is simple and crystal clear. And believe it or not, these kinds of failures, they actually have names. You know that moment when the AI just forgets to draft the email? That's called instruction neglect. Or when it starts summarizing something and then just wanders off into some other topic, that's contextual drift. And this one's a biggie. When a tiny mistake in the first step snowballs into a huge, weird error later on, that's error propagation. And of course, when you just overload it, it's way more likely to just make things up. We all know that one. Hallucination. Okay, so how do we fix all this? Well, we go back to a classic strategy, divide and conquer. And that right there is the heart of prompt chaining. It's an idea that completely changes the game and puts the odds of success way back in our favor, no matter what language model we're using.
So what is prompt chaining, really? At its core, it's all about creating a workflow. You take a big, complicated problem and you chop it up into smaller pieces. You get the AI to solve the first piece, you take that answer, and you plug it directly into the prompt for the next piece. It's basically like building a little assembly line for information. It's perfect.
And you can see how it works right here. The whole process is actually pretty elegant. The user's request gets broken down. Prompt 1 does its thing, generates an output. That output then becomes the direct input for prompt 2. And it just keeps going down the line, step by step, until the final answer is all put together and sent back. It's just so much cleaner, more logical, and way more reliable. All right, so that's the theory, but let's make this concrete. We're going to take that market research task we talked about earlier and actually build a real chain for it so you can see exactly how to solve it reliably step by step. See how this just builds on itself? Instead of that one monster prompt, we have 3 super focused ones. Step 1, summarize this report. That's it. The model has one job. Then step 2, okay, using that summary, tell me the key trends. Again, one single clear task. And finally, step 3, now, using those trends, draft an email. Every step is small, it's manageable, and this is key, it builds on the solid output from the step right before it. But this leads to a really important question. You've heard the saying, a chain is only as strong as its weakest link, right? Well, it's literally true here. If the summary you get from step 1 is just some messy, rambling paragraph, how is step 2 supposed to reliably pull trends out of it? It can't. To make this whole thing work, the information you pass between the steps has to be rock solid. So how do we actually do that? The secret, structured output. So instead of just asking for a paragraph of text, we tell the AI, hey, format your answer in a really specific, predictable way. A great way to do this is with something like JSON, which you can see an example of here. Look how the trend name and the supporting data are perfectly labeled. This isn't just a random sentence anymore. It's clean, organized data that the next step in the chain can read and understand without any confusion. This right here, this is the key to building chains that are actually robust and reliable. Okay, so we've seen how prompt chaining can solve these annoying everyday problems, but its real power, its true potential, is as a fundamental building block for way more advanced AI systems. This isn't just some clever little hack. This is a core design pattern for where AI is heading.
So, what can you actually build with a powerful pattern like this? The answer is, well, pretty much anything that needs more than one step of thinking. Once you really get this concept, a whole universe of advanced applications just opens up. I mean, just think about it for a second. You could build a tool that answers really complex research questions by chaining a search step with a synthesis step, or a content creation workflow that chains an outline step to a drafting step to a refining step. You can use it for generating code, for transforming data. The pattern is just so incredibly flexible.
And this is the big takeaway. Prompt chaining is basically the engine that powers modern AI agents. That ability to create a plan, which is just a chain of steps, right? And then execute each step and use the result to figure out the next step, that's what gives an AI agent the power to actually reason and act on its own. All right, let's just quickly recap the most important stuff. Number 1, break down your big, complex tasks into smaller steps. Number 2, make sure the output of one step feeds directly into the input for the next one. Doing this will make your results so much more reliable and give you way more control. And the big one, remember that this isn't just a technique. It's the foundation for building the truly intelligent AI agents of the future. So there you have it. You now have this secret pattern. You get the whole divide and conquer strategy that's behind some of the most powerful AI out there. So really, the only question left is, what complex problem are you going to solve by breaking it down, one link at a time? I, for one, can't wait to see what you all build.